Gary.
Welcome to 4C Visions. I'm your host, R.V. Hight, Director of Communications at Central Carolina Community College.
Yeah,
In this edition of 4C Visions, it is my pleasure to welcome Zilma Lopes, Director of Financial Aid at Central Carolina Community College. She has been in this position for 2.5 years and leads a wonderful team of 7 staff members. Zilma oversees the administration of various financial aid programs totaling approximately $15 million. She holds a master's in accounting from Liberty University and a bachelor's in accounting from Fayetteville State University. Zilma has worked in the community college sector in North Carolina for over 14 years in various departments, but truly believes that her passion lies in financial aid. She notes, as a recipient of a financial aid herself, she understands the importance of financial aid and how it can contribute to a student's success. Zilma, welcome to 4C Visions.
Welcome, thank you very much.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you, and of course, in any college or university setting, financial aid plays a most important role. But Zilma, what is financial aid and why is it important?
Well, financial aid is exactly what it says it is. It's financial aid. It is funds coming from federal, state, and even institutions, and it's funds provided to students to help them with the cost of attending college.
Well, what types of financial aid and assistance are available?
The different types that we have, there are various different types of financial aid, and what we have are grants first. Grants are, to me, the most, available source out there of financial aid because it is monies that do not have to be repaid. So we have grants, and then we have scholarships, which is also monies that do not have to be repaid. The only thing it really costs you is your time to fill out some scholarship applications and essays, and sometimes provide a reference letter or just answer a few questions about yourself. Then we also do have loans, which Central Carolina Community College does not participate in federal loans, but those are other options out there available for students in other colleges if they attend other institutions. And then we do have various other state aid that can assist, as well as emergency pot of funds, and the college itself also has scholarships that students can apply to receive.
Well, how does a student qualify for financial aid?
Well, the first thing they need to do is fill out an application, and that can be done through the free application for federal student aid, or what we call FAFSA. That is the very first step that they need to do. In order to do so, they have to create a username, ID, and password that is unique to the student and sometimes their parents as well, to be able to log in to complete the FAFSA, as well as to electronically sign the FAFSA.
What steps do students need to take to receive financial aid? And when should students, especially incoming students, begin that process?
So in addition to completing the FAFSA, the students also need to then contact their financial aid office at the schools of their choice, because there are also often documentation that students need to submit in addition to the FAFSA application. So it's important that they keep a communication with the financial aid office at their school of choice and make sure that they check their emails regularly. Usually there is some type of documentation they have to submit to complete the process, and most schools will communicate that with the student via email or a letter mail to them.
So an incoming student would apply for the college, and once they apply and are accepted, then they would, but they could go ahead and do the FAFSA even without being accepted. Is that correct?
Yes, so the FAFSA is available every year, October 1st of every year for the next upcoming year. So if you're planning to attend next fall 2019, you can do your FAFSA now. That application became available, the 2019-2020 FAFSA, on October 1st, 2018. So the earlier the better. A lot of schools have limited funds on certain type of aid, and the early bird gets the worm. If you submit your FAFSA early, you get those additional funds.
And now, as far as applying on FAFSA, you can do that online, is that correct?
Yes, so www.fafsa.gov, that is FAFSA.gov, that is the only site. It's free. If you enter into a site that asks you to pay, you're on the wrong site. Don't go there. Go to the free application for federal student aid on the government website, and you can apply there.
And I'm sure that your office would be willing to help whomever needs help in
Yes.
applying for FAFSA?
Absolutely. We have FAFSA Day every year, which we just hosted last Saturday. It's a 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's open to the public where students can come in, regardless if you're attending CCCC or not, and get free assistance on completing your FAFSA. Most colleges do that statewide. We will be offering another one in spring, and then of course on walk-in basis, you can come into the office anytime during our normal business hours and receive assistance.
Great. Well, Zilma, there are bound to be some myths about financial aid. What are some of those myths?
Oh, yes. Well, the biggest one I hear all the time is that I won't qualify, so I don't need to do a FAFSA. That is the biggest one that we hear about, and everyone should complete a FAFSA regardless of how much funds you make. My parents make too much money, or I make too much money. Yes, there are income information that is required on the FAFSA. However, there are other factors such as how many people live in your household and how many of those family members are actually attending college. Then there are two different categories that we place our students: need-based aid as well as non-need-based aid. Need-based aid, of course, requires some type of financial need derived from information on the FAFSA. Non-need-based aid is looking at the difference between what you're already receiving in financial aid and your cost to attend college, and then they'll fill up the difference with non-need-based aid. So it's important that everyone fills out their FAFSA. Another big misconception or myth out there is that I support myself. I don't need to include my parents' information on there, and that's not necessarily true. Just because you support yourself or claim yourself on your taxes, if you're still under the age of 24, you are still required to submit your parents' information on there. There are special circumstances that we can take into account, but the student will need to contact the financial aid office about those special circumstances. And so
Wow.
forth.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, I also wanted to ask you, at the beginning, we talked about the amount of money that your office deals with in terms of financial aid. How many students would you say are affected at the college each year? Do you have like a percentage available? Or?
I do, RV, and that is 67% of our
Wow.
students here at Central Carolina Community College do receive some form of financial aid assistance to attend,
So
and
I-
that's why it's important.
Right, so I know you want to encourage those that are in attendance now or who are thinking about applying to CCCC to fill out the FAFSA form so that you will be eligible for financial aid on an available basis. I also wanted to ask you too, you talked about the grants that you have, but you said there's some local grants that are available, is that right? And you
That's
handle
correct.
those, and what kind of grants are they?
So we do have the institution, the college itself offers a scholarship program through their foundation office. So the foundation office will award students or select students for scholarships, and then we handle the awarding and transmittal of those funds. Then there are other little step-up scholarships from programs in the college that they'll send the funds to us. TRIO also has funds that they disperse to some of their students, and those flow through our office. There are a lot of outside scholarships as well. Students just need to do a little research and find those scholarships, and those outside agencies will send the funds to the financial aid office directly, and we'll apply it to the students' accounts. State scholarships are available, and state grants period as well. If students are not eligible for federal funds, then state funds will kind of kick in. Right now we're dealing with Hurricane Florence, and we actually did receive a few pot of funds for students impacted by Hurricane Florence. So we do have those funds as well that we can assist students with.
That's exciting. And one other question regarding current students. I know future students who are considering the college should go ahead and do the FAFSA. Is it too late for current students to apply for financial aid?
No, not at all. They can apply for financial aid until June 30th of 2018. So if they're currently in classes now, they have until June 30th, 2018 to complete a FAFSA, and then we can then retroactive their eligibility and reimburse them for any aid that they would be eligible for prior semesters.
Perfect.
Yes.
Zilma, what does the CCCC Financial Aid Office do in terms of outreach to students?
So we do a lot of outreach. We really pride ourselves on trying to be there for our students, and we have been very involved in the community. First and foremost, we try to communicate as much as we can through emails, and we do have a student monthly newsletter that we send out to students of just important information for students. And then we are new on social media, so we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we have been doing a lot with social media recently, putting a lot of information out there, fun things to get them engaged with us. We do host a social event every semester. So for the past fall, we did a welcome backpack drive, courtesy of the foundation office. They provided us with some funds, and we bought book bags and supplies, and we did a drive and gave that to our students. And the summer, which was my favorite one, we did a dunk a financial aid rep where students can come out and answer a few questions about financial aid and get a chance to win some balls to throw at us and get us dunked in the tank. That was really fun. And we do also partner with outside communities. We've done Bread Basket of Sanford and CUOC, and we do as much as we can to try to get the word out there and to know that, let students know they're not alone in the process and we're here for them.
And Zilma, I know you want to emphasize that financial aid is available to students at all of our campuses in Lee, Chatham, and Harnett counties.
Yes, it is available to all students that are attending Central Carolina, regardless of the campus that you attend. We do have a financial aid presence at Lee campus is our main site, but we're also available at Harnett campus and by request for Chatham campus.
Well, how can our viewers learn more about the CCCC Financial Aid Office?
Well, they can definitely visit our website at www.ccc.edu, where we have a page there dedicated fully to financial aid and all the different types of aid and information. Social media, again, we're on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and we also do a lot with our email accounts. Students can email us at finaid@cccc.edu or call our office at 919-718-7229. And then lastly, come in to see us. We want you to come by and ask us any question that you can and let us know how we can help you.
And I can vouch that Zilma's department is excellent in getting back with you if you're interested in learning more about financial aid. So I would recommend that you contact our office for any advice or information that you would like about financial aid at Central Carolina Community College. Zilma, one of the things that we talked about up front is that you have a real passion for financial aid and what it can do for students. Can you talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. So definitely, you mentioned before, yes, I am a recipient of financial aid myself. Started at a community college, worked my way to a bachelor's and then to a master's. So I definitely understand the importance of needing financial aid, and I think that my staff and I, we understand that importance, and we can definitely relate to our students. And Central Carolina Community College as a whole, everyone is really student focused here. They really want our students to be successful. So I think that we do a very good job at that. My team has been really wonderful in helping students, and it's just a pleasure for us to be able to help these students, and we want them to know that, you know, they're important and we can help them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Zilma, what makes CCCC such a special school?
Exactly what I just said, that we are here for you guys. We definitely are student focused. That's a #1 goal in our office. And everyone from faculty to staff are just all dedicated to students being successful. The other thing is my staff is really wonderful and really trying to help these students. I couldn't ask for a better staff in the financial aid office. They're dedicated, hardworking, and we really pride ourselves on getting students graduated with no debt, debt-free. Since we don't participate in the loan program, we do try to find other sources of aid to help the students out and get them to graduate debt-free. So that makes us
That's
very
outstanding.
special. Yes.
And again, remember, if you'd like more information about the CCCC Financial Aid Program, please go to our website at www.cccc.edu. Well, thank you, Zilma, for your service to Central Carolina Community College, and we will return to 4C Visions after these messages.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start.
That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way. Starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to getschool.com for more info.
And then from this angle, it all makes a star.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore.
Show up
And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible.
And then we're gonna turn the lights and everybody look up.
I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought.
Find me one.
What's your reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And unconventional methods
Okay, what else?
common.
This is their world.
There's nothing.
And then they die. Go ahead, go, go, go.
I'm a teacher. I make more.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
How much time do we have left? Did we go over on the... Welcome back to 4C Visions. Today we welcome Seth Buchanan, CCC Director of Academic Success and Aviso Administrator. Seth has been with CCC for almost 5 years and the NC Community College System for 14 years. Seth completed his associate degree at Sand Hills Community College before transferring to St. Andrews Presbyterian College, earning a Bachelor of Arts in Management Information Technology. He has also earned his Master's in Science and Instructional Technology from East Carolina University. He lives in Cameron with his wife, Susan, and their 2 dogs, Bailey and Sasha. Well, Seth, welcome to 4C Vision.
Thanks for having me, RV.
Well, Seth, as the CCC Director of Academic Success, what are some of the ways that the college works to assure the success of our students?
Well, one of the things that we try to do is we want our students to get off on a good foot with the college. So we offer a new student orientation every summer and in January as well for those students coming in the spring. And with the new student orientation, we're basically introducing them to the college, giving them a tour of the campus, the different resources that are available, really giving them a nice condensed introduction to the college. Then within their first 2 semesters, we try to get them enrolled in one of our ACA classes, which serves as a first-year experience for them, and really diving deeper into what CCCC can do for them, and then also preparing them for life after Central Carolina. We also utilize a system that you mentioned, Aviso, which really serves as a portal for them to kind of keep up with where they are in their classes, and then again looking to future semesters and what courses they need to take. So really trying to keep them on track with their degree.
Well, a key component of CCCC's academic success program is the class ACA 122, College Transfer Success. Who takes the class and what is the class all about?
So ACA 122 is one of our first year experience classes, and it's required of any student that is taking a degree seeking program. So that's an Associate of Arts student, Associate of Science, if they're in one of our Associate of Applied Science programs. And again, it's really introducing them to everything that the college can do to help them be successful. We're introducing them to time management skills, to studying skills, reading comprehension skills, just really getting them prepared to be a college student. And then we're also looking beyond college. So what are you going to be doing? Where are you going to be working? How do you seek out those jobs? Preparing your resume. So just kind of getting you ready for those times after your degree.
Well, can you talk about the success of some of the other academic related classes, like improving study skills, success in study skills, and college study skills?
So we also offer ACA 111, which is for our Lee Early College students, and that is really preparing them to be making that transition from high school to college, because it's a little bit different. So trying to really bridge the gap on what the college expects of them as students compared to high school students. And then we have our ACA 085, which is our Improving Study Skills course. And what this program is for is, unfortunately, sometimes not all of our students have successful semesters. And so we use the 085 to really try to help them be a better student. So these are our students that they may be on academic probation, their GPAs dip down a little bit. So we want to really strengthen those study skills, those in-class skills, what they're doing at home, and try to get them back to above that 2.0 level so that they can be successful with us.
Seth, how important are these classes in achieving student success? And are you finding that many of our students are utilizing these classes so that they have the greatest opportunity to find student success?
Mm-hmm. Well, the first year experience courses that we offer are extremely important. We did a study a while back comparing students that took ACA, either ACA 122 in their first 2 semesters to students that did not get ACA within their first 2 semesters. And in that comparison, we found that those students that did complete ACA earned a GPA of 1 point higher than students that did not. So that's pretty outstanding in my book. So I would say to really be a successful student, you want to try to get that class within those first 2 semesters. And I dropped the second part of your question.
Well, that's okay. I was just thinking it must be very satisfying for you to see these students that we have and find that these courses and classes are able to help take these students to the next level.
It is extremely satisfying. When I was a college student myself, they hadn't yet integrated ACA into degree programs. So when I learned about it and how it can really help students, I was very excited about that aspect. It was really something that I felt that myself as a college student way back when could have really benefited from.
Yeah, I think I certainly understand that as well. So how did you get into student success programming?
Well, student success programming goes back to the prior position that I was at with the North Carolina Community College system. Before coming to Central Carolina, I worked for 9 years at Sand Hills Community College with their TRIO Student Support Services grant. There we worked with low-income first-generation college students or students that might have had a learning disability, and we really worked hard with those students to help them be successful and to earn their degree. And really, I found that to be extremely satisfying work. And I did that for 9 years, and then the opportunity came up to come and work for Central Carolina, taking those practices on the small TRIO scale, but then applying it campus-wide. And you know, as hard as it was for me to leave Sand Hills, it has been such a wonderful opportunity to be here and try to help many more students. It's just been a fantastic opportunity, and yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, Seth, you're also the Aviso administrator. What is Aviso, and how is it utilized in achieving student success?
So Aviso is our college our college student retention software. So what students can do with Aviso is it's bringing in all kinds of information from across campus. It touches into our records and registration software, our attendance software, and even into Blackboard, our learning management system. And it's bringing in information from these 3 locations into one central place that students can then go and access information about their classes. So within Aviso, for every class that they're taking, they can see what their current grade is, how many absences they have, what days they were absent on. They can see their instructor name, which I can't tell you how many times when I was in college I forgot the instructor's name and kind of went the whole semester without knowing it. A little embarrassing, but so it's just a really great tool to keep up with the classes. And then you can also go in and, using the academic planning side of Aviso, students can track out up to 4 semesters in advance what classes they want to take. So they can go ahead and start planning all the way through graduation. And they can send that plan to their advisor. And then the advisor, based off of their knowledge of when classes might be offered or when what courses have certain requirements, they can go in and make some modifications and then send it back to the student. So it really starts this advising conversation a little early, and really, again, thinking all the way out to graduation and knowing when you're going to take what classes. It's a very handy tool to have.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, Seth, you also have the opportunity to work with the Cccc Gaming Club.
That's
How
right.
many do you have in the club, and what are some of the club's activities?
Well, so, I mean, you probably kind of figured out by now I'm a little bit of a nerd. So, and really being able to work with students kind of outside of advising and just kind of getting to know them a little more personally, it's a great opportunity. We have anywhere between 30 and 50 students in our gaming club, and what we try to do is give them an opportunity outside of the class to get together, to kind of relax and have a good time. During the semester, we hold weekly gaming sessions where they can come in and play different video games. So we rotate between bringing in PlayStation systems, Xboxes, Nintendos. Sometimes we bring in old-fashioned board games, some Monopoly, Live, things like that. And then we also have some folks that do playing card games. And so it just kind of really gives them a chance to kind of come together and you know, get to know students outside of their classes and really form some strong friendship bonds.
Wow. Well, I'm almost afraid to ask this next question. I've always been said I work in the front office of the college. What is the front office?
So I all the time get told that I have the most fun office on campus, and that's because when I first started working here, we did a training through Jeannie Bloom's Appreciative Advising Institute, and there's 6 D's to appreciative advising, and the very first one is disarm. So you want to make the students feel welcome. So what I've done, and much to my wife's appreciation, I've brought in a lot of my fun kind of nerdy things and put them all over my office. So I have things relating to Doctor Who, Marvel Universe, Batman, Superman, and I've got it all over my office. Wow. And when students come and see me, you know, when students come and they cold call on an advisor or they go see somebody that they've not interacted with before, you know, they're a little hesitant. Right. And when they come in, they just start kind of looking around my office and seeing everything that I've got up, and inevitably they'll see something that they really identify with, something that they love, and we'll sit there and we'll talk about it for a couple of minutes. And it relaxes them because, you know, there's something that we have in common now. And it really gives them a chance to get to know me as a person. I'm not just, you know, a suit and tie sitting behind a desk. I'm an actual person. And so it makes them feel a little bit better about coming to see me, and it makes the meeting go a little smoother. And then they're not quite as worried about trying to come to see me to you know, have an advising session or talk about classes or to identify resources, because they feel like they know me a little bit better. So it's a good way, you know, it's a little psychology involved in there, but it's a good way for the students just to feel more relaxed about coming to see me.
So make sure you go by Seth's office. Yep. For a good time with the fun office. Seth, having worked with the community college system, what makes the community college important, and what is so good about it for students? And on top of that, what do you think makes CCCC such a special school?
Well, I have to say, what makes CCCC so special is all the people. We're really striving to help students be successful, to determine, you know, what they want to do beyond college, and then helping them to get there. So it's just, we're really trying to help those students identify what they want to do and what they want to be, and then get them there. So I feel like that's what makes CCCC such a special place.
Well, Seth, you're a great part of what makes our school so special. And if you'd like to learn more about Central Carolina Community College and the Academic Success Program, I'm sure Seth would welcome to speak with you.
Yes.
Or please contact our website, view our website at www.cccc.edu. Well, Seth, thank you for being with us today.
Oh, no problem. Glad to be here.
And thank you, viewers, for being with us on 4C Visions.